It's too much work. Okay, we're going to start with the nation. 800,000 liters vessel with stolen crude intercepted and destroyed. Tinubu targets 30 trillion naira revenue in 3 years. Court orders INEC to suspend Adamawa Rec prosecution. Obasanjo lashes lawmakers for fixing their own pay. EcoBank writes a first bank over Otudeco. U.S. waives export duty on cocoa. And sordid tales of Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway users. Okay, which story are we starting with? The major headline?
Major headline. So it says the battle against oil theft has recorded a big gain because an 800,000 liter vessel that was laden with stolen crude oil was intercepted. They said 64 illegal crude oil connections have been discovered, while 77 illegal refineries have been destroyed in the Niger Delta all last week. So the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited said that its private security contractor, Tantita Security Services, were the ones who intercepted the vessel, and the vessel was, destroyed hereafter. And I'd asked the questions like, why do we always destroy these vessels? To me, as a layman, it comes across as just like a huge waste. But but they say that destroying the vessels involved in transporting stolen crude oil is of paramount importance as a strong deterrent, and it's a way of inflicting a huge loss on these people so that they feel it. So that's why they do that. And they're saying that they gave a full description of this vessel that was intercepted with this stolen crude oil. They said they had been operating in stealth mode for 12 years. The last time their location was reported was at the Tinkan port in July 2011. And so this was good. Also, they say that the crude oil may have been extracted from the Ondo, from a well jacket offshore in Ondo State.
Okay, so Zach Adedeji, who is the special advisor to the president on revenue, he was saying specifically that the president or the administration plans to raise 30 trillion naira in the next 3 years. According to him, this will be achieved through technology and data without raising taxes. He added that non-tax revenue will be the driving force, adding that attention will be given to organized collection in line with the Constitution, which indicates that all collectible revenue shall be channeled into the federal account. He specifically also mentioned that FIRS, NNPCL, NIMASA, and I think those are the 3 agencies that initially were speculated to be merged. Say they're not merging those agencies. What they're doing, they're merging their revenue allocation, so the collection will be integrated for efficiency. Also, I think there was another important point. He hinted that there will be a change in the tax finance laws, and pretty much so. The good news is that they don't plan to increase taxes. What they plan to do is to be more efficient in the current taxes. According to him, there are 52 various taxes, but only less than 10 are being accounted for right now. So it's just be more efficient and effective in the current one that we're collecting. So he believes that when we do that, the next 3 years, we shall have about 30 trillion naira revenue.
Okay, I wanted to talk about the continued neglect of the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway.
Very important.
By the federal government.
Kanga.
And it has left a bitter taste in the mouth of millions in the community, towns and villages along that corridor. The road is really bad. The successive governments have come and ignored the road. According to this report, they put some billions in the reconstruction of the road. Julius Berger had one portion, RCC had another portion. Neither have done the roads. It is the commuters now, the millions of commuters that are suffering, and they took pictures of the craters and the, these things.
Potholes.
Which
area?
The Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway.
There's another one. I'm trying to look for the picture. Somebody sent me a picture also for their own neighborhood. I don't know the name of the place, but there are quite a number of roads within Lagos State also that need urgent attention. I don't have the names now, but if I get
it's raining.
They said when they interviewed Ademola Kuti, he said that 40% of the road has been achieved.
And then post over time, which will now damage the road that was done.
And they said because cars will take one way, the law enforcement are waiting for them at the other end. They will catch them. So they speed the pedestrians are getting killed because they are crossing when those ones are speeding. So people are losing lives on a regular basis. And I think it's just terrible.
Right,
so
right.
the government should please,
Okay.
while they are doing it, they should check
Your
the
side.
Alagbole area.
Yeah. But we need to, I think we have
Watch
to.
your video.
Mikey, what I think we need to do every day, let's get the list of these roads. And every single day in our banter, let's just make sure we repeat it constantly. So maybe they keep forgetting. So we keep repeating it so they don't forget.
Yeah, because I just wanted to say quickly, that college road, you know, Fashola did that road. And
Yes.
very fantastic road. Now, because I passed there on a regular, I noticed little holes
Right.
that if they don't patch it now, they will become craters.
Oh, yeah. Wait, talk about it, please.
Yes, I want to take the story one. We need to. It's an event was held to celebrate the legal luminary's 60th year of being called to bar, Fair Babalola, and in Ado-Ekiti at the Babalola University. And the former president was there, and one of his statement made headlines in the nation, talking about the fact that lawmakers shouldn't be the one to determine their pay. So he explained that it was unconstitutional, and even if it was constitutional, it was not moral, that anybody elected into office, their pay should be determined by RAMFAC. That's the constitutional way you should go about it. But that what is being done on the floor of the assembly now is that they are making laws that put emoluments for themselves, and it is very wrong, that many Nigerians are going through challenges, and the lawmakers should be upholding the law. The reason there is that divide is so that there is checks and balance and to strengthen Federal Character Commission, and he's saying that that is not going on. So it's just speaking against the fact that lawmakers are determining their own pay.
All right, the Punch, very quickly. Fuel smuggling persists in borders despite subsidy removal, says customs boss. PDP demands transparency as Akeredolu extends his sick leave. Lagos vigilantes torture colleague to death over phone. NLC meets governors over fuel subsidy palliatives. Lagos airport runway lights stolen, 7 suspended. Fayose will pay for working against Atiku, and PDP says NEC member. It's illegal for National Assembly to fix members' pay, says Obasanjo. And Tinubu can't appoint everybody, minister says Adamu. Okay, which story starting in Punch?
Can I start with the Lagos vigilante?
Please.
He apparently they went for an occasion and a phone got missing. They found the phone with him. What he said happened was, when he got the phone, the battery was dying. So he switched it off, or if it went off. And so when they tried to look for the phone was off. They thought he had taken the phone and switched it off. And he was trying to say, no. The battery was dead, so the phone went off. Anyway, they tortured him and locked him in a room.
Oh, gosh.
And they didn't give him food for 2 days. And he was complaining that he was getting weak, And then he gave up the ghost.
Really sad.
The police have arrested all of them involved.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, let me go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. All right, so we're still reviewing Punch. Go ahead.
Yes, so an incredible story here. Unknown persons have allegedly carted away the recently reinstalled airfield lighting systems at the domestic runway of Murtala Mohammed Airport. How they did that, but they're saying that these people may have taken advantage of the fact that the runway had been locked for 3 months, and that's when they stole these lights. Like every single one of those lights were taken, and FAN was not aware of it until recently. So FAN says it's gone ahead to suspend 7 workers, most of them the security personnel. They've been suspended so far. Some people who do not want their names on record said that they believe there's a syndicate that does these robberies at the airport, and it's made up of the security and some members of staff. But of course, FAN spokesperson said it's not possible to put this on their staff, that after all, the airport is one of their busiest. Who would kill the goose that lays the golden egg? It does not make sense, but they have started a serious investigation to find out who this person. But how do you do, from when they were doing it to taking it away?
The only way we can solve this kind of problem in this country is technology. We need CCTV that are functional.
Why don't we
But
have
the security people are accomplices.
Not just about if
obviously.
the boss also has a phone that he can monitor, like they are monitoring across board, because really, technology has been deployed across board. It's sad.
It's so expensive to replace.
Why don't they have CCTV at the airports?
They probably do.
Why do
Maybe
they not have
they don't
So
have it in
there's
that
someone
area.
that's supposed
Maybe
to
if
be
they have
watching the
CCTV,
camera.
then all they have to do is go back,
So they
and
probably,
it will show.
Why can they probably have it inside the airport? Maybe not outside where these
No, you
lights
have
are. So
to
it's
important
outside.
But you have
facilities outside
stowaways.
too.
You have stowaways that go to the airport.
Right.
Yeah,
so
remember
we
that.
definitely need technology. That's the only way we can fix this.
You know?
All these problems. Let me take the story and this very interesting article by Senator Abdullahi Adamu. He is the national chairman of the APC. He was telling you people that are just pressurizing the government of Tinubu, saying, please, everybody cannot be a cabinet member. You people should take it easy. That the president is going to be unveiling his ministers, head of ministries, departments, and agencies, saying that Tinubu is carrying out an extensive consultation before making an official announcement. But first, he will get the names. They will be vetted. After vetted, it go to National Assembly. After he now picks his minister, we don't even know who's getting what. After they've been vetted and they've been confirmed, then they will now start talking about agencies or board chairman, or, you know, that the step is still long. The next 2-3 months we'll start that we're going to be on this. So those of you putting on serious pressure, we know you've worked hard for their campaign. We know you've tried really hard, and everybody feels that they should be patronized. However, all of you cannot become cabinet members. So I've conveyed the message of Senator Abdullahi Adamu to Nigerians who are flooding the whole of Abuja, sleeping there, renting, buying houses. Politicians.
Regular Nigerians are in their
hotels.
In their houses.
Some are even staying in hotels.
Yes,
It's
camping
improving
in
the
Abuja,
economy within those
please.
places.
We heard that some people are sleeping in their cars.
Yeah, hoping to be minister.
You know,
Please, I have a story.
Okay, it's not a hot topic.
No. It has to be a hot topic one of these days, because I don't understand. Because you campaign for someone doesn't mean that
Yeah, they owe you.
They owe you.
Yeah.
An
You
appointment.
campaign because you believe in the person, not that I campaigned because I
Yeah.
want
Want you to
something.
position.
Because
Yes.
until we get
But
that
so why
right.
they-
Okay,
We've
but what
always
will
done
happen?
that.
Until
We've
we
always
get
done-
that
see,
right.
That's been the system and the culture for many years.
Yes.
We're so used to it.
Yes.
But hopefully this government will show us otherwise. That listen, you can also, in your little ways, you can still be effective. You can support someone without being
yeah.
visible. You know?
I want to take the story about the Ondo State governor who...
You see, it's just paining me.
Don't worry. why-
Some will follow them to France. Some will follow them to Guinea-Bissau. Some will what is wrong with you?
All that
Sit down in
money
your
that you
house.
have.
Okay, we'll make it a hot topic. Let us
Some will follow motorcade.
Why can't finish the paper review time?
let us finish and I'll come to you. Go ahead.
Since, sadly, since the 5th of June, the governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, hasn't been
Yes,
around.
he hasn't.
He took a sick leave, but he legally handed over power to his deputy governor. However, PDP had cried out that there needs to be more information about the state of things, and they said that the commissioner for information in Ondo State had said she was going to come back. And when he mentioned it, they said, lie, it's not true. And now it's like he has already asked for extension for his leave. He was supposed to return on the 6th of July, but he's asked that the leave be
birthday.
extended. So right now, the Speaker of the Assembly said that he has done the constitutional thing, which is to
Right.
hand over power to his deputy, and all they can do is to pray for the governor's recovery.
Right.
And
Hopefully.
we are also praying for the
PDP that they are
governor's
talking.
recovery.
When Yaradua was sick, how many did they hand over power?
Abi.
Okay.
Okay, below the belt.
I just, my own is just to sit down and say the truth. I don't want to even be saying, I don't even want to be talking again on this.
Listen. Kuka indicts Buhari's government on corruption. EcoBank tackles Utudeco over debt, shares, and acquisition. FG warns about nose, throat infection. APC postpones national caucus and NEC meetings. Badagry Accident Hospital releases accident victims to relatives. PDP governors meet over party state of affairs. Consider APC members for ministerial other appointments at Adamu tells Tinubu. Terror group bans farmers, fishermen, headers from Borno communities. And Akeredolu extends medical leave indefinitely. Okay, which
So,
story you start?
I have taken the diphtheria story, but I think I want to take the Plateau story here. So I didn't take it in the Sun, I had taken it in Tribune, but I will take it now because of time. and it's still about the killing. I took it yesterday. Remember, I took a story about the killings that happened in Mangu, local government in Plateau State. So we have the youths in Plateau State. They're lamenting, you know, they're giving us some figures again. They said 12 people were killed and another 8, including an 8-month-old child who was returning with her father when, you know, they both met their death. You know, people of the community are just tired of what's happening. They even explained, they said this particular attack that happened, the terrorists arrived in a Vectra vehicle around 9:45 p.m. and opened fire on victims who were heading home from, you know, their daily business. Government has gotten involved, security is doing all their best, but this is something that's happening nearly in every community. They said even after like these major attacks we read on the in the papers, daily they have 1 or 2 pockets of attacks happening in different communities. There's also conversations about how to handle these bandits. Is it a negotiation? But then how do you negotiate with people who are clearly just criminal murderers, you know? And they're trying, because all they're trying to do is take acquisition of land that does not belong to them. They're not indigenous, they don't live there, but they want to come and overpower the people. So this is a serious issue, and I hope that the president looks at this and makes it a top, you know, and puts it on the front burner. We have to deal with this issue. We cannot come here every day talking about people in Plateau State being killed left, right, and center, as if, you know, we're talking about just numbers. These are human beings.
If the security chiefs are not doing their job, relieve them of their job and put the one that will do work.
Okay, so yeah, thankfully, I'm going to be talking about, the story I'm taking is about terror groups as well, but it's really not security chief. This is what the police and civil defense should be on ground. We shouldn't be deploying army over or holding them over internal security issues. I know. I get you. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to highlight that. The Sun put the headline that terror groups have banned farmers and fishermen from a Borno community. And when you see that headline, you think like, oh, the terror group is gaining ground. But no, that's not the truth. The Islamic State of West Africa province, ISWAP, has been consistently decimated by the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Air Force. And they have stopped farmers from coming close to the Mate area, which is where they are now scattered, the new Mate. And that's because they feel like the farmers and fishermen are giving the Nigerian Army information about their whereabouts. And because the level of intelligence and the precision of the attacks that have taken place, they said they've killed over 100 terrorists in the past 1 month, that the areas where they were producing their factory vehicles and their logistics location was destroyed, so they don't have freedom to move around. So they are now all within a small, in small groups within the Mate area, and they did not allow farmers to come to that area, and they've not allowed fishermen to come to the area because they feel like the fishermen are getting information about where they are, and that's how the precision of the attacks were consistent. But if you look at the headline, you will think terror is winning, but the Nigerian Air Force and the military are successfully pushing the ISWAP people out.
It's all about framing. Okay, now I was going to take the story about following the accident that happened, if you recall, the 19 passengers who were in the master bus that collided in Lagos towards Badagry, towards Benin Republic. 15, according to this report, 15 dead passengers have been released to their relatives. Dr. Olatunde Bakre was saying that 8 others passengers had been also discharged and handed over to their relatives. Most of their relatives came from Benin Republic, with the police reports coming to claim the lives of their loved ones, and they've been released so far to them. And said that for those who are alive, they said they would rather them go and continue their treatment in Benin Republic. But it's quite sad because the doctor said that the Lagos State government had paid for all. They didn't collect any money from all these people. They paid for the medication, blood, and all the drugs that were given to them. And that no fewer than 14 people and 14-month-old baby died on Sunday morning in the auto accident that happened. Really, really sad. So it collided with a, I think it was, let me see what it was a truck that was granite filled. Collided with the master bus coming in from Lagos. So the granite filled bus was coming in from Benin Republic, and they collided. And all.
What were they doing?
One way or
maybe speedy.
Or maybe a narrow way as well.
Because isn't it a double carriageway? Isn't that really a double carriageway?
So it didn't specify that here, but usually
public
policy
covered the expenses.
Really sad. Okay, moving on now to Vanguard, but we don't have We don't have any more time, but let me just take the headline very quickly. Vanguard, corruption's ugliest phase was under Buhari's cooker. Presidential poll, APC already preparing for rerun, says Labour Party. Nigeria has not enjoyed democracy since 1999. NECA to Tinubu 2023 Finance Act needs complete reversal, not suspension. And 8 killed, property destroyed in 2 Plateau communities. All right, I don't know how APC is planning for a rerun. I don't know, because LP is saying that they're planning for a rerun. We'll see how that goes. I'm not sure. I couldn't get a chance to
read
get
that.
the full
And then
story.
what they said that corruption under Buhari was really high. That's an interesting story to read.
We know now.
because-
Are we?
But you know, he came in to fight corruption, and then suddenly they are rating.
Okay, that's all we can take on Front Page Review.